Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee. Welcome to the show,
Welcome.
all three of you. Looks like another slow Thursday night, eh?
What is it?
Well, even some of our cards of the day didn't get the usual amount of views on some of the social media. So I don't know. Maybe everybody's just hunkering down with all the craziness going on everywhere.
Could be.
Who knows? But we are here, and the tree is here,
And the magic tree
the magic tree, which I could leave it on this crazy one that just keeps going through all these different.
spaz me out.
Yeah, I think no, that will spaz
Hi,
you.
Sunny. Sunny makes
This one's
three.
a little better, I think. I'll check. It just does a couple of them. No,
Okay.
you cannot have the bark.
Settle down.
You cannot have the chocolate bark. Don't even try. Oh, but yeah. Oh, man.
Watch it.
What a buzzkill, son, man, as they say. All right.
So, believe it or not, we don't have a birthday reading today.
And it's a good thing too. If my eyes look a little funny, it's because I was at the eye doctor late this afternoon and getting some new
Those
glasses.
drops in the eyes and all that stuff.
I'm getting two pairs of glasses, so
She'll be styling.
I'll be styling. I'll be styling. Not really. I took the cheapest pairs, but I like the styles. Anyway. Oh, awesome. Very good. Is that one you asked about, I
Very
think?
nice.
Yeah.
Congrats to you guys.
Well, I am using, of course, the Season of Witch Samhain Oracle for the Collective. Let's see what we get here. It's been an interesting week of cards. A little up, a little down, and we're going back up again tomorrow. So, uh, keep hope alive. It looks like a good weekend ahead card wise. Let's hope we get a respite from some of the crazy stuff going on. All right, Mister.
Ah, it was the one.
Okay, cool. Sonny, why are you stopping me from shuffling? Why? Why? And Mr. O, they can be read in reverse. So I want to know if they're reversed. Wow, what?
Uh,
I
it's the one
pulled.
we had the other day.
We did.
Mhm.
We had it for our card for the collective on
Sunday.
Wednesday. So I guess it's important. And it was ironic because, of course, Wednesday was the first day of October, and All Hallows Eve is right at the end of the month. And so I'm just like, that's really crazy. But anyway, that's what we got. And it's the number one card, of course, in this book. Okay, the keywords are emotion and summoning. And you did pull it up right, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, if you've pulled it, you're being called to summon your inner magic. The spiritual realm is smiling on you and is waiting to be made use of. Some additional ways to use this energy, they suggest creating a Halloween altar, a Samhain altar that stays throughout the year, or working with one of the correspondences of Samhain. Additionally, you might try working with more profound, darker energies such as crone energy or dark goddess energy. Calling on a deity regularly will help you develop the ability to summon power at will. And basically, because I read some of the other part and digested it all for the collective on Wednesday, this is a time to tap in spirit energy. Spirit wants to help you, achieve your goals, and so it is a time to maybe pierce the veil, communicate with your spirits and guides, and try to deepen a connection there. I think it would be very helpful. And and that's just besides what it said there. There was some other things too But I think that summoning, this is a time to summon, also to call forth what you wish, to achieve, maybe in the next year, since this is a calendar year beginning, right? In the magical calendar, Halloween is the beginning. This might be a time for you to start summoning what it is you want to manifest in the year ahead.
Well, it's the kind of idea that just encompasses everything. I can
It
remember
does.
as a child and knowing people from their talks too that the time around Halloween always felt so special, even if kids didn't look at it the same way adults might have for whatever reasons. Children just sense that magicalness of the night.
Yeah, so I like it. It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. And besides, let's just keep Halloween season celebrating all month long. It's kind of like my birthday season. I celebrate all month long. Let's celebrate Halloween all month long. And I'll tell you what, in our neck of the woods here, it seems like a lot of people this year put up their Halloween decorations earlier than normal.
I
Some of
thought
them had them up by mid-September, and I have never seen that amount of decorations up by that time of year. So people are really looking for reasons to celebrate right now and try to pick their spirits up, I think, because, the world has been kind of a dark place lately. So that's what we have for the collective.
already. Well, thank you for that.
And
And
we
then we're on Crystal.
are going to move on to Crystal. I'll get the
What
list out
are the
there.
current energies or thoughts of Nixon towards Carrie Ann? All right, and I have the Mike Royal
Hey, Celie, we'll
Dark
get
Tarot.
you on the
Hi,
list.
Celia.
I didn't quite hear all that.
What are the current energies or thoughts of Nixon towards Carrie Ann?
Okay. All right, there's the list updated. And I need my Lenormand.
Okay, the first card is the reversed King of Wands. And then it's the reversed Justice. I guess it's going to be one of those days where the cards are all reversed,
Well, oh, go on. I will have something to say
except for
about
the
that.
last one. The last one is the Tower.
What?
So
I think the
Nixon,
last time we had a reading for you, it wasn't very positive either, if I'm
but
not
this is a
mistaken.
different kind of question, though.
Okay.
It's Nixon's feelings towards Carrie Ann.
Oh, Carrie Ann. Well,
I mean, we don't know if that's really you, if you're Carrie Ann, um, but I like the idea of looking at it to interpret it that way, and it does have some interesting ideas there. Do
let's
you want me to
get
start?
Lenormand into
Okay.
this. There's some really troubling cards here, though. I'm not going to say anything dangerous, anything like that, but it just seems like there's some problems there. Let's take a look. Well, it's the sun and the crossroads. Okay, that does give me an interesting thought or two, especially the way they're laid together there.
Well, the first card is the reversed King of Wands. Maybe this could be saying that there's not like a sense of charisma or confidence about their feelings, that maybe they're not sure their feelings or something like that.
I don't know.
I knew you were going to be different.
Well, I'm going to be a little different. I know about the charisma thing, and I think that makes sense. In other words, he may just feel not very confident expressing his feelings to this person, one way or another, whether they're positive feelings, whether they're negative feelings. So I kind of take it that way that they might be holding something back. But, there's a lot of I don't know. There's a lot of emotions roiling in this person, Nixon, right now, and they're not necessarily very positive. It seems to me, because he's reversed, right?
What?
He's
Yeah.
reversed. So it seems to me he's kind of pushy or aggressive. Maybe has a little bit of anger about something, maybe with this person. I'm not really sure.
Well, then when you look at the next card, Justice Reversed, this may be indicating he feels there's unfairness coming from Carrie Ann towards him, or he doesn't know how to be objective in how he views Carrie Ann.
See, I
Maybe,
like that too.
maybe he feels that there's his own problems of being treated fairly.
Right. There just seems to be an imbalance here between the two of them. Now, that could mean that one person thinks more of them, the other person than the other does of them. So it could be that kind of imbalance going on here. So maybe Carrie Ann feels more feelings than Nixon or vice versa.
And then the final card is the Upright Tower. And so to me, that could be saying that they feel like there's an inevitable breakdown in the brewing, or that in effect what's going on maybe has broken down, and they're wondering if they will be able to find a better, tomorrow to learn those lessons again.
Well, if this is about Nixon's thoughts to Carrie Ann, I have a feeling well, it could be one of two things here. I have a feeling he's concerned that this won't get off the ground. It's possible here he may be he may be judging things prematurely as to, or if they are seeing each other, that things are going to go further. He just has a feeling that there is disaster ahead. And maybe they've already experienced some sort of crisis, because sometimes the tower is
Yeah,
mentioning
that's
something that
true.
has already happened here. So that's why I'm wondering too if there was some big argument or some issues with one another, and they're not, and things have kind of fallen off the rails. But one thing that's at least good out of this is that it seems to me Nixon's going to learn some lessons from his encounter with Carrie Ann here, however it goes. There's some lessons that are going to come out of this that maybe Nixon will take to heart.
I like that. Yeah, I can agree with that.
And so when you look at the Lenormand and you've got the crossroads facing the sun, I'm almost thinking here Nixon in his mind is trying to figure out if there is joy to be had in this relationship or not, because the sun is about joy, happiness, and success. And so I think right now he's at a crossroads of trying to figure out if this is worth pursuing a romantic relationship with or not, or going further with it if they are already in one.
Right. It could be any kind of relationship, but Nixon may be at the crossroads in determining where they want to go with whatever type of relationship it is. And so some of this did sort of lean towards the possibility that maybe it was about romance, or possible romance, but it could fit into other scenarios too. Hi, Violet Ann.
Oh, you are? Okay. Well, then I gotta just tell it like I was gonna say in the beginning. I think our last reading was pretty shaky as well. And this one really isn't that different right now. Other than the fact that maybe, I'm just gonna throw this out there for you, Crystal, but I really don't want you to get your hopes up. Maybe he's really trying to contemplate, if there is something worthwhile to go back to. He seems to be at a crossroads with
That's the
things
long
right
line.
now. But I have to say, with that King of Wands reversed, he's not in a very good frame of mind right now. And so he seems aggressive or agitated or angry about something, whether it still has something to do with you. I'm not sure. But there's something that's really bothering him, and so he's not in a really good frame of mind to really make a decision. And with that justice reversed, I can't help but rule out if maybe he just feels the whole world is out to get him or something. He feels like things are very unbalanced right now, and especially in relation to, I guess, you. So,
Well, it may speak to the idea that he feels he's been treated unfairly, or he's worried he could be, or it has been.
now why am I forgetting the last card again?
I don't know.
What is it? What is the last card again?
The Tower.
Thank you. The tower, of course. So the tower indicates that, you know, whether or not you come back together, because often I will say this now, the tarot's about picking, or the tower's about picking up the pieces and moving on and building something better. So I think he's learned something from this relationship. But, you know, I don't know. He seems like he has a very cagey attitude to me.
I would say the ball's more in his court than not. Hi,
Hey,
Charity.
Carrie. Hi, Violet Ann, and hi, Cherry.
So you may want to ask us again, or depending on what happens.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to say this, at least in recent times, the cards seem to be on a saying about the same things, that he really isn't showing signs of, you know, any movement towards you per se. Maybe he's still processing things though. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. And I'm sorry I didn't have better news again. The cards are kind of staying, you know, the cards are kind of staying their course right now. Whoops, what did I do? That's what it is.
Sure needed that cough drop.
And it's Libra. I'm so sorry. Did you grab one?
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
can go over there again.
You know, I apologize. I had two here. You were probably staring at them.
You're welcome.
All right, so Libra's up.
Libra, what are we doing for ya?
Oh, there's no question.
I don't see it.
No, you're right. Usually there's a question. So we'll give Libra a few minutes.
Right, we can talk about what?
Well, we did two WTFs for TFT, and I have to say, even though there was a government shutdown, because we said there might likely not be, that the Democrats would capitulate, apparently, you know, some of them did, and they're still trying to hold firm. I think, you know, there's some wavering going on, but it is what it is. The military one was really interesting too, because I did worry about, and I can't remember what we got for that one card, right? The one card that was for how what effect this would have on the U.S. You know, the meeting with the military.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can't remember that, but I do know that I asked how the generals would take this meeting, and I believe we had the Three of Cups reversed, which meant they are not happy with any of that. And that is what I had said at the time. And of course, the military generals are going to be as apolitical as possible, so they're not going to necessarily tip their hands. Something might leak out, but I can guarantee you from that card and from the look in the room, reading the room, they did not like what they heard that day. So we'll try again. And I have a fun topic we're going to do next. And actually, I'm going to expand it a little bit, Mr. O, so it will be fun.
Well, we're going to have to let Libra go to the back of the list, I think.
Okay. Yeah, maybe Libra got called away. So I'm going to put her at the back of the list just to keep her there. And we'll go right to Christine.
Christine wants to know, what does Spirit want her to know?
Okay. You get the list. All right. And this one. Oh, every time I think I'm posting the list, it's sitting there ready to be posted.
There's
Thought I
Kara.
did. Oh, hi, Kara.
Hi, Kara. All right.
Whoop, I put Carla. Kara. All right. Fix that. Maybe Ari will make it today. Maybe not. All right, Christine is up.
So that's your reading.
Yes, what does Fear want you to know? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What does Spirit want them to know?
Yep. One more shuffle. Ready to go. Oh, why? It's the Ten of Cups reversed.
Well, you got to read that, right?
Yes. Maybe you got to read it. Maybe if you had started, it would have got me on track.
Well, there is that.
The Ten of Cups reversed. Well, what does Spirit want you to know? That, maybe something that you are hoping to achieve or accomplish or finish. It's going to take a little longer, or it may not happen at all. For example, if you were seeking work or something like that and you were hoping to get called for an interview, it may not happen. There's some disappointment. And I can't rule out either that there may be some disappointment or some squabbling or arguing going on either within your family or with your friends, your tribe, people that you are close to.
There's a slight, I don't think it's big yet, but maybe Spirit wants you to know about it before it gets bigger. But it's an emotional disconnect. And like Banshee says, it may more likely be situations around your home life or your personal, intrapersonal life. I don't necessarily think it's something else like a school. I don't know. Work
Well,
or something else. For
it
some
could
reason, I
be.
thought about the taekwondo for some reason.
I think it's more personal, but I
Yeah.
will say this. When I say it's more personal, Christine, it could just be about something you are hoping to do, finish, or accomplish, and you're disappointed or you fall short. In some way, you just fall short of the mark.
But if it's not a big thing, Spirit wants you to know because maybe it wants you to recognize, a certain balance in life and that, making sure you understand that sometimes things are a blessing in disguise and that maybe
That's
this will
true.
lead to something else that is more important.
Well, and speaking of that, why is this important? And interestingly enough, we have the Four of Swords reversed. So to me, that indicates that it's important because you shouldn't give up. You should maybe start applying more of your energy there. I have a feeling that whatever falls short for you here, I'm beginning to wonder if it is that part now that I'm focusing on. Whatever you fall short of here, it's time for you to put all your energy into it, and you'll be more motivated to do so. It's almost as if, it's like when the going gets tough, right? The tough gets going. So you're just going to be putting more energy in to this if you really want to make it, happen for you.
So I wonder if it's maybe a slight health concern that isn't like a big health deal, but maybe has a sense of disappointment for you. And so the Four of Swords is it's important that you still work on whatever issues that heal or recover that.
Well, let's get this card out, and I may
Okay.
want to recap this. Oh boy, so where are things headed?
And it's the Magician reversed. So where things are headed is that if it is more like what I'm saying, like maybe a minor health concern or a sense of needing to recover something in a way, then this could be saying that without that, you might find you're making more mistakes in certain ways. You're not cognizing as well. Maybe there's also a sense of, from an emotional point of view, because that's kind of where we're going. You're you're not feeling comfortable with making certain decisions or choices too. You're sort of waffling a little bit. So you don't want to be that. You want to sort of be able to express your will. And this to me doesn't sound like you either.
No, you seem a very driven person. So, but I feel here where things are headed is that basically, I think the message of that card is where things are headed is you'll have to really get your act together to pull this off. Putting all your energy is only part of it. You know, you have to be really believing in it and, willing it to happen. And I think here with the Magician reverse, something may be lacking. And, sometimes the Magician reverse says sometimes either you need a little bit more training to pull off what you want to pull off. Either you need you're
Oh, that's a
missing
really good
some
point. The magician, yeah.
ingredient. What was that?
That's a good point.
You're missing some ingredient here that could help you succeed. So energy alone is not going to get you to the finish line, and it really wants you to pay attention to what you feel might be lacking here.
Yeah, there's a lot of cerebral stuff going on with the magician because he's a master of illusion.
Yeah.
Things that aren't real could be real or vice versa.
Well, you won't be able to fake it till you make it, I like to say with this card, because with the, because he's got that slay of hand. But you've got to, do what you need to do to make sure you are prepared enough to pull off whatever it is you want to pull off. It does sound like it could be your martial arts, but it also sounds like it could be some project or goal of yours.
So in the Lenormand, we get the heart and we get the dagger, which is the cross.
Well, you know, don't allow disappointment to be long term, disillusionment and disappointment to overtake you. I can't see that happening with you necessarily, but I will say this that this may feel like a deep cut to you. So I don't know. I'm just going to go back to where Mr. O was going in the beginning and saying if this really, and me too, a little bit, if this does have anything to do with family or some disagreements with people that you work with or you're friends with, or family, don't let your heart turn cold to the situation. And also, don't let your heart turn cold to this because I think even though you didn't achieve maybe right now what you wanted or in the near future because it's what's coming towards you, you have an opportunity to do so if you do things right. You absolutely can turn this around unless of course you start losing faith in yourself and your passion for what you wanted.
Well, another way to look at the dagger, the cross, and the heart could just be saying, like, sort of flip it a little bit and say,
Mhm.
this could be the end of, some really strong emotional feelings that you've been wrestling with about the situation and or about recovering from the situation.
Hi,
So good
Shirley.
luck. Hi, Shirley. Good
All
luck,
right.
Christine.
Yeah, good luck with that, Christine. I don't know if I hope you relate to this or some of this or maybe know something. If not, I mean, it is something coming towards you. So,
Or what
just make
Spirit
me,
wants you to know.
yeah. Well, what's right. And I think it's coming towards you. So, good luck with that. All right, let's move on and hold on, hold on.
It's Seeley, right?
Oh, please. Yes, it is Seeley. I just updated the list and I'm posting it now.
Ah, yes, I was scanning that earlier, Seeley. Um, I'm sorry to hear that. All right. Okay, so let's see. What deck would I like to use?
Oh boy. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, let's see. It's your deck?
Yes. And I'm going to use my newer deck I just purchased last week. The Tarot
I think I need you to do me a
of the Sweet.
huge favor.
Yeah. Do I have to turn off the mic?
Well, you may have to, well, no, but you have to go over there.
And do what?
Uh, the
Turn the.
thermostat needs some adjustment
I see.
as I'm starting to sweat
Baby's
here.
getting warm,
Baby's feeling very
and I
warm.
thought you were hot for me.
Well,
As soon as you pointed that way, I saw that.
Well, I was hoping you would. All right. Sorry about that. But if I'm too hot and bothered and not in his way, in a sweat way,
Please stop
I'll
that.
be at my best.
Please stop that.
All right. All right.
All right, so how does Mapillo and his father feel about your text messages? Ah,
Happy Halloween season.
indeed.
Yes, it is. Who is this? Oh, hi. Is it Justia? I can't read the name. Justius?
Justice.
Oh, Justice. Hi, not Justice. Would you like a reading today? I can add you to the list if you want, but we take them in order. Welcome to the show. Or you're welcome to just stay and participate in the chat. It's up to you.
All right, Sile. Here's our cards. The first card is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And then there's another knight. It's the Knight of Swords, but that one is upright. And then finally, we have the King of Pentacles, and they are upright too. So two uprights, one negative. Did you want to throw yours?
And that's the Knight of Pentacles.
That is. Don't believe me?
It's hard to tell who's who here. And there's okay, another knight.
Knight
And
of
then,
Swords, Knight of Pentacles. So, yes, there's a little bit here.
well, let's look at this. Oh boy, I hope this turns out okay for you.
It's the bouquet.
But there's always something, isn't there?
And rats. Well,
It's mostly positive.
you're asking
How they felt about
how
the
they feel about your messages.
Yeah.
I don't know. The first card is almost a disconnect to me because it's the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And I wonder if this says they don't have a really aggressive stance about them at the moment, or they're not sure. They're really reserved. They're sort of not wanting to make their intentions clear or make a sudden movement about this.
No problem, Justice. Welcome to Stay and Watch. We have a very friendly chat, so feel free to participate. It's usually very active, so enjoy the readings. So the Knight of Pentacles reversed. I don't know if it's that so much as I feel here they may be slow to come around, and also I will say this though about the Knight of Pentacles. They can be stubborn and set in their ways. So possibly, even though the Knight is usually a younger card, I'm wondering if that's not some of the father's energy coming through here. What's the last card again? Because that was
The
reversed.
King of Pentacles.
Oh, they were upright. They were both upright.
Yes, that one's upright.
So he may just be slow to come around and very set in their ways and a little bit of stubborn about changing their attitudes towards people.
Ah, so you didn't mince words, is what you're saying. You said exactly
Ooh,
what
I
you felt.
see.
Because you felt you were being disrespected, or because he was butting in about your text messages or something like that.
Well, at any rate, I'm not sure it was that. At any rate, the one in the middle,
The Knight of Swords.
the Knight of Swords, indicates to me that maybe somebody, well, it's upright, but I mean, maybe, somebody wants to move faster. Like, I don't know if
I
I
wonder if there are two minds here, like the father and the son think differently. One wants to move
Yeah, I
aggressively.
mean, the father was not receptive, but how is the son feeling towards you? Despite, besides the father, how are they feeling towards you? Because I'm kind of feeling here that they might be, or maybe the father feels they're moving too fast. That could be what's going on here.
Maybe. Um, I would say that that last card, if that represents more of the father, they want to have more control over the whole situation, whether it's just their son's part or whether it's how you interact with them.
So, are you thinking these both are about the father?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, the the King of Pentacles at the end.
I think that's him for sure.
Well, but then he's benevolent, and I wonder here if maybe he will soften a bit in time.
Well, the conceit of this deck is that it's twilight, and twilight means it's going towards darkness.
Okay, well, but it's the King
So
of Pentacles upright.
it's true, but I still get that feeling that this could mean that there still are control aspects there that have to be thought about.
Well, clearly, anytime a king is involved, they feel like they're in charge, right? They feel like
That's
they're in
true.
charge. But I do feel a positive energy here, of him maybe pulling, himself together and thinking this through a little bit more. He may develop and adopt a more softer attitude eventually. But because you have two pentacles here, Sile, that I feel I identify with the father. That's just the way I feel about it. I think here it's going to take some time for him to really come around. But I think there's a potential for him to do so. And maybe the son could play a role in that if the father doesn't turn him against you. I guess that would be my only worry here. And when I look at the mice and the flowers, with the Lenormand, I have to say that there's some good and there's some bad in what's going on here. I mean, I think that maybe there could be some good that comes out of this, but it's going to be kind of a struggle to get there. And I will say this, that maybe I'm hoping that this is just a temporary situation and that things can iron out. Because whenever the mice come into play, it usually means little annoyances and stresses and anxieties that will fade away in time. And time, I think, is what's being called for here with these two pentacle cards.
I believe that too. I'm going to jump over to the Lenormand because I get the feeling like maybe this could be saying somebody will try to smooth things over by being nice in some way. Maybe it's even a gift, and feeling like, this was really overextended either on their part, or maybe there's a hint that, you didn't have anything to worry about. It really was very minor.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like you read.
I think they're going to say that. I mean, it was a minor consequences.
I hope so. I mean, I'd like to think that this maybe
Mine.
can be resolved, that maybe they're going to look at the text messages and give this further thought. And maybe the son, also the Knight of Swords is a very communicating person. He might be having conversations with his father, whether it's to smooth things out or to try to straighten out how both of them feel. That it may be helpful.
Well, you say the sun's Aquarius, and that could be that knight of swords, or because swords are air
Air
sign.
signs, yeah. So do you know by chance what the father is? Yeah, I think there is something going on here because we got a lot of positive energy, but there's something about that Knight of Pentacles that just makes me feel the father is not all in on this. And it can be turned around, but it seems to me.
If nothing else, it really feels like the father mostly just wants to have more influence over the son in regard to what these messages are.
When it seems to me somebody's got to mediate this in a way. The Knight of Swords isn't exactly a mediator. That's the job of the page in a way. But I really feel here that something needs to be communicated further, and maybe they're going to mull over this and come up with a better attitude. However, I think for the short term, things might be a little dicey for a while with the situation. So maybe you want to check back with us as things are unfolding, Sile. Good luck with that. Yeah, that's okay if you don't know the father. That's all right.
We just think he might be an earth sign, I guess is what we were going at.
It could be. Violet Ann is up. Hi, Violet Ann.
Hi, Violet.
All right. And I see you made it, Ari. Good for you. Glad to get you on the list. I gotta pick a deck. Oh, what's that? Do that one. Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay. Christine thinks that could be news about the ID theft.
Oh, maybe.
Let's
Could be. Yeah, it
look.
could be, definitely. I could see that. Well, it doesn't look too good right now as far as it
Ah, okay.
goes.
I'll look for that later then too. And I'm not seeing a question from Violet Ann. Are you
Yeah,
still
Violet
with
Ann, did
us?
you leave us a question? Are you typing it? She might be typing it.
Well, we'll give her one more moment, and I'll just mention, of course, that tomorrow morning is the emotional exchanges. Where is it? There it is.
I'll just
It's my
start.
Friday morning show for all signs of the zodiac. I pull two cards for each sign, the top of the deck and the bottom. The top represents the vibe or energy, emotionally speaking, for the week ahead. And then the bottom of the deck is that idea of whether or not you may be lucky in love, romance, etc. So check it out. Friday mornings,
And just to
7 or later.
7 a.m. If
7
you're
a.m.
up with the roosters,
But you can view it any time, of
can view
course.
it anytime. And also, we have another live show coming up on Saturday. Hey, Justice, if you just want a single card positive message for your week ahead, no questions asked, we'll throw a card for you at happy hour. And you can come join us. It's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we only draw a card and give everybody a single card positive message from Spirit. So it's a great show. Everybody loves it. So
Yeah,
join.
we have a great time. The Tarot Tribe convenes.
Yes.
All right, Violet, then I guess we're going to patch you over. You must have just been saying hi. We haven't seen you a little bit lately, so that's pretty cool. I guess it's a reminder we need to drop in over on you once in a while.
I'm going to put her at the end too, just in case.
Sure,
Libra's moved up a
that's
little
fine.
bit. Libra's gone, unless Libra's come back.
All righty. Libra, are you back? Oh, wait, we got Cherry first.
We got Cherry. No, Libra has not come back, so I'm just wondering though.
I guess we'll move ahead with Cherry Blossom then.
Yeah. Libra's coming in after, and if she's not here, I'm liable to take it off after that.
No.
'Cause
So
Libra
Cherry
usually
Blossom,
leaves us a question, so
I
she
know.
must have gotten pulled
She
away.
just forgot, I guess. Cherry Blossom, what does Spirit want me to know?
Well, I'm going to use my newer, it's not a Halloween deck, but I just want to use it a few times before I put it away for a while. The Broadway Oracle, or Tarot, the Broadway Tarot. Well, Broadway plays. And what was that again exactly?
The question?
Yeah,
What does Spirit want me to know?
easy. Was it mine then?
Yes, it is.
The first card comes to us from Thoroughly Modern Millie, and it is the Ten of Pentacles reversed.
So, what does Spirit want you to know? Um, it could be that there's a little bit of some fissure lines, fault lines in your foundational support, your structure around you. Spirit may want you to realize that you may not be as comfortable or as secure as you feel you need to be. This may be more about a warning of the future. So this could be saying check certain things, check alarms, check doors or safety stuff, but also check on investments or check on material matters too to make sure everything is pretty much cohesive.
Check on your financial well-being too in your job. I mean, if you've had any worries, I mean, goodness sakes, our government is shut down in America, for example. So a lot of people, in those jobs are worried if they're going to have a job. So I mean, if you're worried about your financial future, if you're worried about your career, your future of your job, if you're worried about well, I guess I'm going to stick with that for now, for that statement, and say it's time to come up with some planning. And maybe it's time to do some planning, even if you're not worried. It never hurts to have backup plans in place. What if my job disappeared tomorrow? What if suddenly I lost income? Or what if I had to pay like hundreds of dollars more for my health care? Like what's just going on in this country right now, too. So, I mean, things that you might have some concern about on a material level, I think is really important at this time. And also, just as another thought, Spirit might also be wondering, why aren't you connecting with them more? Maybe you've lost a little bit of a connection with your ancestral line or your allies on the other side. During this month, which the veil is very thin, you might want to spend some time reconnecting and thinking about those on the other side that you love, and maybe offer them a little offering or prayer, whatever the case may be. Remember them, look at old photos, things like that. So why is all this important? Well, this comes from Sweeney Todd, so it's not going to be very good. But it's the Five of Wands reversed, so it is reversed. um I think here this is important because, uh, yeah, I don't know.
It's important
Let me think
because
about this.
because you need to reconcile some situations that maybe have you opposed to your best goods or to your best comfort, to your best security. There may be issues going on there, but they can be reconciled, but you have to pay more attention to it. So, in other words, some of these things may already be happening and maybe having the ability to detract from your material worth, and you need to maybe address this sooner rather than later.
Well, it's interesting because, when I talked about material affairs and ancestors and stuff, did you cover much about family? You did, didn't you?
Only in a most general way. I really talked more about overall support and foundation.
Right, in the home and whatnot. The other thing too is sometimes we're overworking ourselves when we have this card. I'm feeling another thing going on here too, so I'm going to bring it up now that I see these two cards connecting, and whatever you resonate with. But sometimes the Ten of Pentacles indicates a state of overwork or overexertion, and it could be casting strain on your relations with family, in a household, or with friends, even people around you, your tribe. You've got to strive for a little bit better of a work-life balance here if possible. I think that could be a part of it here. But also, if you have other worries related to your financial and material well being, like I had suggested, I feel here, why is this important right now? Because I sense an internal struggle has been going on. Maybe there's a part of you that's wanted to go one way, and a part of you that's wanted decided to go another way. There just seems to be a conflict roiling inside of you about where things should be going for you in any of these, excuse me, in any one of these areas that we mentioned. And with the card reversed, it's indicating to me that you can make peace with yourself. You have to really just go inward a little bit and really try to sort things out. If it's a matter of making a pro con list about what the right course of action should be, then do it. I always feel the reversal is better than the upright. It's as if you can put this to rest, but you have to work on it in order to do so.
You just went light years beyond what I might have been able to do.
Okay. Well,
Well, I just mostly thought it was about reconciling things for yourself, or, with the idea of whatever was interfering with, all of those things in the first card, the material matters.
I like that, but that's just what I said.
You
So
just really filled it out.
I filled it out.
Okay, so card three.
Card three is from Hercules, but it's the King of Swords reversed.
We'll get to you, Kara.
Hey, Kara.
King of Swords reversed. I'm sorry to hear that. I I turn him into a frog, but that's probably redundant.
Well, this King of Swords is making me wonder what the heck is going on here, Cherry B. Um, and it's reversed. So if you're concerned about matters with family, if you've had some arguments, some fights, some disagreements, or people who have been wanting more attention from you, and you just can't give it right now because there's a lot of pressure on you, sometimes it's best to end this conflict and walk away. If it's about being conflicted about what's going on in your career, your finances, or even, like I said, in your home life, your work life balance, you really have to find a way to reconcile that and try to make peace. I mean, with this card reversed, that's a hard thing to do. So it's not looking really positive here. I wonder what you've got
I
to
don't
add to
remember,
that.
Cherry, but I think you might have told us before you have some situations in your family life. So I wonder if
Oh,
this could be about that. If not, I apologize. It might be somebody else I'm confusing right now. But I feel that King of Swords is saying where this could lead could be some really not thought through decisions or decisions that won't be in your best interest. So a lot of this depends on you do coming to that reconciliation that's
I
implied by
like
this.
that point too, because the King of Swords, he's a nasty person if it's a person, but if it's just like a personality thing, the King of Swords or something mental going on, the King of Swords is saying you really have to clear your head on this. You're really going to have to clear your head and see what it is, what's causing this internal conflict, and how you can resolve it so that you are in a more stable place, because there's just a little instability going on here with that card, right?
So what is that? That's the coffin, right?
No, it is not. What is he holding?
I can't tell.
It looks like a blade of a
Oh,
scythe.
it's the scythe.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the scythe, the snake.
The snake. Oh my
And the
gosh.
snake. It's the Halloween tarot, so they take a different form here.
So you have to be brutally honest with yourself in this situation. That's what I think this means here. The snake
Yeah.
is
Don't
no
deceive.
deceiving yourself, no trying to make excuses for your role in whatever is going on here. It's time to be brutally honest with yourself, either about what's going on or how you resolve it. Because the psych says you have to cut through the BS. And if the BS is coming from someone else, like a family member or whatever, then that's what you got to do. You got to cut through it and just say, no, no, I'm not buying that. and I'm not buying what you're selling, so to speak. And, get them to speak truth to you.
The scythe is reflective of the King of Swords in a way, and I think it's just really saying you're going to have to apply some amount of assertiveness to this. It doesn't have to be physical. It might have to be very much, focused on dialogue and debate, but you have to kind of pull things over towards your point of view somehow or straighten someone out here.
So Spirit just wants you to know that, this period ahead is going to be a little bit rocky for you internally. And it could be externally with the people, in your circle. And you're just going to have to work your way through it and cut through, the clouds of confusion. Be clear when you decide what you need to do about this. Because there's a danger here if you are not thinking clearly when this hits, that you could make a wrong decision, one that you might regret going forward. I wish I could say better, but I think that's all we have. It's a little bit of a vague reading here, but saying that something is coming and it seems to be affecting your material or your material world and your stability in some way, especially maybe relating to work-life balance.
Well, and I thought it had a lot to do with personal safety or personal um,
Yeah, that's right. He did bring that up. And with the Five of Swords there in angel
security.
form,
And
that
that doesn't mean you're in danger, but
no.
the sense of being secure means, you feel like, you're not going to be targeted even, by bad behavior. You just feel good about, the way you operate.
And the Five of Swords is a tricky card. So when he talks security, I do worry that, don't let arguments escalate to a very heavy degree, okay? Kind of walk back, walk away, do what you've got to do to bring the temperature down. And that's what we have for you. I wish you luck with that.
Alrighty. So,
Well, leave
Libra,
us
did you
off.
get
I
back? I
don't.
don't think you did. You probably would have said something, but I'll give it
I'm
the
putting it
clarion
out
call.
there. Libra,
Libra.
are you? Can you let me? Libra, are you here? Just say
Turn the
yes,
mic off for
no.
you.
Just say yes, no.
Kara, you're wondering what your question should be? Let's just do a general.
Mr. O will decide for you.
I can do that.
You apparently can.
I'm your dark
Oh,
twin.
God. No, Sunny is.
No, Sunny is the twin flame or the soulmate.
So, what was that about to your? It was your brother, right?
Huh?
What was Kira's comment earlier about?
Oh, it's right there. It's not that far away.
I'm looking up.
No question tonight. Had a fight with my brother, and I can't think right now. And you came up
Oh,
very
so you
nice.
didn't want a question.
It says,
All right, Kara, if you feel that way, we'll move on. It's okay. Um, that might be a good thing, You never know what energies you will get from the cards when you have that state of mind. So
well, we're going to go on to Shirley then.
we are going to go on to Shirley.
All right. Okay, Shirley.
I'm going to read that one. I'm going to go up there. Go ahead.
Will the new Lady A be a good match to train her two horses and give her and her husband riding lessons? Hopefully, she will be honorable with payments. Income would help.
Hmm.
Yes. Well, that's a good question. Is your new client or your new, business
A
on
good
the up and
match
up?
and going to be on the up and up. So, yeah, I like that. Well, that's a tricky one, Ari. We'll have fun with that one. And I mean that in a good way. We'll try our best on that.
All right, so the first card is the Eight of Wands. The second card is the Three of Wands. And the last card is the Seven of Wands. So it almost looks like a grand sweep. It sort of has a sense that these guys would more likely than not be good clients.
Let's see what the Lenormand has to say.
The Eight of Wands says there's a targeting, there's a sort of a sense of focus moving towards a goal. All right. So the letter, that could be a legal document.
This is good.
And the bouquet.
All looks good, Shirley.
Yeah,
You can
let's
go
go
ahead
right,
now.
Shirley.
Go ahead with your Eight of Wands.
So the Eight of Wands looks like energy, movement towards a goal, a target. So it could be the emphasis on really being focused, or the emphasis could really be on moving with precision, moving with, speed and dexterity towards a goal. The Three of Wands looks, I'm just going to do the first two.
Okay.
The Three of Wands says an opportunity that you're probably catching it. It's possible that the opportunity just kind of showed up, or maybe the result of, all the flyers and other advertising you're doing, but it came up recently. And so it feels like this is something that really draws your attention. You feel like you could really work there.
What is that second one?
Three of Wands.
Yes, it's the Three of Wands.
Eight of Wands.
I know that one. I know that one. Um,
And wands are business. I'm saying that to her.
now let's shut. All right, we're teasing. Look at the Eight of Wands is about energy and focus and drive. Now, where's that coming from? Is it coming from you? Is it coming from them? I feel here that I think there's going to be a lot of communication between you guys. I almost feel like this is a good fit. It seems like you're going to really you feel energized from this encounter with and working with A. And I think, it'll be a good focus for both of you. I think A will be very focused and a good student, let's just say. So I'm hoping that's true, because when I look at the Three of Wands, it's almost like you're looking forward to more, either more training or more working with this person, or something good coming out of this, something good going forward. Maybe you can get them, for example, to do a testimonial on Yelp or whatever, wherever you advertise your services. Maybe it's possible there she could leave a quote on a website if you have one, something like that. But I mean, or word of mouth. Maybe, you could tell her to tell friends, and, it could bring you more business. You feel very optimistic going forward from this. And I feel here, you feel like this is putting you in a much better position, that you feel on top of things, and, you'll feel good about the training that you're giving her. It just will it will uplift you in some way. It will make you feel like you have risen to the challenge, so to speak.
I like that Eight of Wands, because as I moved on from it and you were talking about it, I thought that could be the metaphor for them taking the riding lessons. It's a targeted approach, it's focused, and of course the speed of horses, racing along with horses. So I think
Yeah.
that it's all good all the way around. And I agree with Banshee totally. The Seven of Wands says you are in a good position here. You have the ability to direct things the way you need to. And so then the Lenormand really
Well,
looks very positive.
I think the Lenormand addresses the financial question to me.
Yeah.
I do think they will compensate you. She's sunny. I do think that they will compensate you. You're going to be very happy, and letter. I think of a check, right? Or they could use a card, whatever. But I get the feeling like something documented. So that would mean to me maybe something going in your bank account, etc. So, and also, sometimes the bouquet surely indicates a gift. And so, what I would say here, aside from this all being joyful for you, is that maybe they'll pay you a little extra. I don't know.
A good
Or
tip.
maybe they'll ask for some other services from you. I don't know. But that looks very, very positive. To me, it seems like they're very happy with your services, and they might write that to you. They might also send you a very happy letter about that. But I feel this is going to go well. I hope we're right about that. So,
There's a good
good luck,
reaction.
because it looks good.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. We'll get you on the list.
Yeah, I like that reading for you, Shirley. I hope you did too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that, but as we were doing the reading, I remembered that you had mentioned some of this before previously, Cherry. So, it looks like you're going to have to read the riot act in some form or just
Whoops.
make some real concrete decisions.
We just finished Shirley's reading, so we are on Airy new.
All right. Thanks for the feedback too.
Oh,
All right.
hi, Emily. Would you like a reading? I think we can fit you in. Got a
Hi,
short
Emily.
list going forward. All right.
Wow. That's a really interesting question, Erie.
Yeah, I got to read it over again, and she added some stuff. I just haven't been able to focus on it yet. I was at the eye doctor today. I was telling people my eyes are a little blurry, so because they put those drops in your eyes, they're
Are
still kind
they?
of bugging me.
Are they really?
They are.
You won't look at me?
I can see that.
Oh, I am disappointed.
All right, so let me take a look at Aries writing here. Why people can't just avoid me altogether if they dislike me. Like they either pretend to be my friend or still interact and be overly outgoing with me. Hmm.
Well, I live with an Aries, so I don't know. No, you two are different.
Hey, I have friends.
She's the mean person.
What? I have lots of friends. Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
well, let's see what we've got. What is the problem here? Let's see. And let me get, it's my deck, right? Let me use the, this cute little cat one. What could go wrong? Anyway, we live in such a crazy world right now. We see all kinds of bad behavior. And so much of it is uncalled for, too. Uh, we see it in people harassing waiters and waitresses for not getting things right. And I mean, if there's a lot of people in a restaurant and stuff, why cause a big deal? And just other things too, the way people drive and all the road rage and stuff. It's just I don't know why people do what they do, and sometimes even just throw their lives away. And it definitely is bleeding into interpersonal relationships because, oh my gosh, we've been having so many really bad domestic violence cases in Michigan lately. It's disturbing. All right. Okay, well, there's some advice for you maybe, but we're going to put them all out there. It's the Six of Swords upright. It's funny because we have that card
It's
for the
tomorrow.
collective. No, it's not for tomorrow.
Oh,
It's yesterday or for today. That was today's. And the Seven of Wands is upright. And the Emperor's reversed. I want to see the Lenormand too before we start this time. Uh-huh.
the book and the flowers
Hmm.
called the deadly flowers.
Well, it's a tricky question, and I don't know, I may have a tricky answer, but let's see here. The Six of Swords just struck me right away of just saying, I don't know, the cards, this card is saying to you, this particular card, hey, we don't know why this keeps happening, but you should just move on to better people because there are better people out there and you're just going to have to move on to find them, and don't waste your time on them. Don't stay in a situation that is not right for you. And I get the feeling you're a pretty no nonsense anyway, Ari. But I really feel here too that if this is talking about why other people do it with you, I think it's because I think it's because they aren't people who are real long term kind of friends. They're people who just move on, when they feel like doing it. Or, they just take their friendships and things for granted. They always feel there's something else out there for them.
Yeah, that's a very good take on that card because this question was more about those people, why they do that,
Well,
and
yeah, but that I was giving advice, just ignore
why
go
people
away.
can't avoid you altogether.
Yeah.
They're always moving on to another target, so it may be that in the in between times you're the punching bag they find in between things. But I sort of want to combine this with the next card, the Seven of Wands, and maybe this is about them feeling superior to that. This behavior, is about them sort of empowering themselves because they really don't have a lot to empower themselves with.
Well, yeah, this card has some friction to it either way it comes up. Because for whoever's at the top of the heap here, there's always somebody trying to bring you down, So you got to deal with a lot of competition or conflict or different things, bad behavior. And so I think here, this is saying either they're trying to bring you down,
Yeah, that too.
because maybe they feel, and this is just their feelings, okay? Maybe they feel you're too full of yourself. Maybe they feel you're too high and mighty, and they're going to bring you down, even if you are nice to them. People are funny. That's all I
Well,
got to say. And it's like what Mr. O said. It actually ties into what he said because they don't got a lot of power in their own lives right now. So when somebody comes along in their life that is a little bit more on top of things and smart and savvy, they're going to try to bring you down.
they're jealous.
They're jealous. It could be that they want what you have. Oftentimes it's because they want what you have. And they also may feel that if they might be nice to you and stuff, some of them might be hanging around you just so that they can get attention from other people because they feel like you are a magnet, to attract people. So maybe that's it too. They're in it for themselves. There are people like that. And then we go to that card, which is what again? I forgot.
Emperor reverse.
Yes. Oh, I thought about it a minute ago, actually, and I'm like, wow, what do we say about the Emperor reversed here? These are people who just don't work well with others. They seem to feel like they may feel they're disempowered around you. I think that too could be a factor. I'm going to throw that out first
Oh, I like
because
that.
that's one of the first thoughts that came to my mind. But beyond that, they may also just not work well with others. They they don't know how to share, because one thing about the emperor is he knows how to delegate. He knows how to share his authority because he wants to bring people up, not lord over them. And when it's reversed, you've got kind of the opposite going on here. So they may be trying to disempower you.
These are the kind of people that need to be propped up by others, by friends, whether they're good friends or not, or by other people. And in you, maybe they see the opposite of that you're like no nonsense. You're not going to prop up phonies or people who have agendas hidden or otherwise. So I think that explains that too. Hi, Estelle.
Yeah, I really think that they don't know how to share. They don't understand that friendship, and these relationships are two-way streets. And so, I think that's what you're dealing with. And I don't like having the lilies here in the book, but I'm struggling with it for a lot of reasons. But one is it seems like this, you've come to realize, I think that the book is saying you've actually come to realize that this has been happening for a while with you. This is not something that happened overnight. I mean, literally, you probably have a book of experiences about this. And so you've got to find a way to turn this around. And I would say, if your relationships are stagnating, or worse, if your relationships are toxic or just seem one sided, it's time for you to just move on to the next two. Do what they're doing, but it's like turn the tables on this and decide what you're going to put up with in your life and not put up with fair weather friends. Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I see here. That's the best I got. I hope you got something out of that one, Ari. It was
All
interesting.
right, and you're welcome.
And I don't think Violet Ann is back, but Violet Ann, if you are here, please respond
Now's the
now.
moment.
I'm just going to put a note on here.
And Sunday morning is Banshee's Material Matters at 10 a.m. It's recording for the signs of the zodiac, but we gather in the chat room. There's a bunch of us there, our tarot tribe, and we have a lot of fun there. We talk about the reading and give other aspects of it as well as keep a good chat going. So join us Sundays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think
Okay, I guess Violet Ann is not here, so we're going to move on to Nicole. Estelle, I've added you to the list.
what is coming to you in love? All right. What deck would I use for that?
And that was Nicole? Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would use. Hi.
hello.
Hello. That sounds like Mrs.
So I'm going to have two new pairs of glasses in 10 business days. I was hoping to get them by the time of my high school reunion, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Maybe one of them, they said, would come in. Well, we'll see.
What the heck? Grab a deck.
Are you still thinking about that?
Well, because I grabbed a deck.
Speaking of what the heck, we did a few, the WTF or TFT, we did a few hot button issues going on in the US right now. I think the next one we're going to do is a little bit more light. And it's about something that I've been wondering about WTF a lot of the summer long. So stay tuned for that. It has nothing to do with our cards. That was a previous one.
All right.
But it does have something to do with
Blockbusters.
something paranormal, maybe. And that's in a very vague sense. So stay tuned for that reading. It'll be a video reading on our site sometime soon.
So Nicole asks, what is coming to me in love? Is this your reading by chance?
Yes, well, I sometimes like to throw three cards for that.
All right, we'll do that then. Here we go.
I think a lot I do. So,
Card one is the Nine of Cups, and it's upright.
okay. Wow.
Card two is that pesky Emperor who's reversed again. I know, hopefully it doesn't mean exactly the same thing. And card three is the Emperor's counterpart, the Empress, and she is reversed.
Really?
Yes.
Well, let's see what's going on here. There's
Oh,
Nicole.
you're welcome, Shirley. I thought it was a far out reading for you. I hope you liked it.
Yeah, I hope it works out. Good luck with that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so then you also have the woman, Nicole, and you have the fox.
Wow.
Okay, so what's coming to you in love? Well, the Nine of Cups sounds like something's coming that you really want, desire and will appreciate. It has very strong emotional appeal to you. So it could be the opportunity for romance of some sort or an emotional closeness with somebody.
Right. It could be a romance coming your way. It could be some, you can manifest. I guess what it's saying is what's coming in love is a time when you can manifest love in your life. You can bring it to fruition. So focus on the type of individual you'd like to attract right now. I think that's really important. And really, go out there and seek it. Love is not just, I know what's coming to you in love, but love is not just coming to you. You have to seek it. And I feel here you could manifest something. The potential's there.
Yeah.
But there are some caveats here. So, what is that one again?
The Emperor and the Empress both reversed.
The caveat here is that you need to maintain control. You need to maintain control of yourself and be sure that, you don't fall head over heels for somebody who is not treating you the same way. Somebody who may not share equally with you, may be kind of controlling. I would look at it that way. And the Empress,
I just want to weigh in on that too.
okay, because I wanted to put them together, but
Okay, go ahead then.
well, and the Empress reversed is saying it's tantamount to put yourself first and make sure that, this person is really right for you. Don't settle. Don't settle. Manifest what you really want in life. Because if you settle for something less, it could put you in a bad spot. And if it does put you in a bad spot, you really need to think about putting yourself first and deciding that this may not work out. Go ahead.
I almost can't say anything more. I mean, that's
Is
exactly
that
what
it?
I probably would have said. The Emperor reverse really relates to the idea of you maintaining your own integrity too. So that this is saying
Right.
not like Banshee says, just going for what seems to be the easiest thing or something that seems to be a solution. Make sure it really is, good for you. And that means, you have to invest some time in it. And the emperor didn't get to be the emperor by just quickly ascending the throne. He had to work at it. Now, that last card, the Empress Reverse, I agree with Banshee too. This is about self care. And so
And
the best
self-esteem,
and self-esteem in the
maintaining your
context here.
self-esteem.
So
Right.
really the best relationship you need to have is the one you have with yourself.
Yes.
Because you love yourself and you love yourself because you know you have integrity and you're a person worthy of being loved by someone as good as you.
Bam, you
Bam.
really hit that. And the thing is, you need this. You need this in order to manifest what you
Oh
want.
yeah.
Because if you don't really feel that love for self right now, it's hard for others to see that foxiness in you. But
That's
I
right. You
have
had
to
the
say here,
fox.
if you really go out there seeking love, I have a feeling there are going to be some people attracted to you. And this could be very good for you. This could be somebody who's very attracted to you. However, it could be more than one person. So that's why I'm thinking here, don't settle. Because right now it
Time
seems like
side for side.
I would say in this month, because the month has just begun, this is a time to go out there and seek what you desire. And I think people are going to be attracted to you, your energy this month.
All right.
So good luck with that.
Let us know.
Betcha. Inquiring minds want to know. Emily, you are,
I am.
that's because we care about all of you.
You're in Australia, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hi, Emily.
Are you still with us?
I think so. Did they post a question? Let's see. No. There it is. Please have a general reading. Okay.
Thank you, Nicole. We appreciate you too. Thank you.
All right, so it's going to be my reading, and I guess I didn't put that on one of my decks.
All right, thanks, Emily.
Must have been this one. All right. Okay, well, oh, it's probably that cat deck.
Yeah, I remember that. We've had a couple folks from down under on our show, not very recently.
All right.
We just started our seventh year about a month ago. A month
And
and a
by
half.
the way, there'll probably be some shenanigans on our Sunday live show because it is the 49th anniversary of our first date.
1976. I don't know what she's got planned. Thank you, Cherry.
I don't even know what I got planned, but
You
I'm
know
going to
what,
do
Cherry?
something.
That's also my that was my father's birthday, October 5th. Thank you, Emily.
And you took me out on that day and
Well,
spent time with your
they
dad.
were a considerable distance away from me. I didn't even have a car. Remember, I had to get
That's
a
right.
ride.
That's right.
We had a chauffeur
Yes, we had a chaperone
as
of
my other
sorts.
hippie friend.
Oh my gosh. Fun
Your
times.
mom met both of us for the first time. She was
My mom
so
was not
horrified.
impressed. That was when she came up with the term
Freako.
freako
But there was also creepo and weirdo.
and weirdo. She liked the does.
Yeah, it was a really great day. We went to a symphony orchestra because even though I was a hippie, I wanted to impress her with class. And she almost fell asleep during the symphony because,
Little does he know that violin music puts me right out, puts me right to sleep. But we had a great Chinese dinner after. It was
yep.
very nice. I woke up for that. All right.
All right, Emily, we did not forget you.
Okay, the general reading. And you've got the Two of Pentacles upright. And it's another Pentacle card. How interesting. Because we're going to have one of these push-pull situations here. It's the Six of Pentacles reversed.
Oh, yep.
Ah, I always like to see her or them. This card. It's the Three of Cups upright. So I don't know if they all fit together, if there are different things going on, but go ahead. What do you got? The little goblin, that's the
The little
child.
goblin and the book is back.
Hmm.
And in regular Lenormand, that's the child and that's the book.
So the Two of Pentacles seems, well, it's like, how can you not put those two cards together, though? How can you not? Because in a sense, it seems as though there's something out of maybe you're balancing out that has been difficult to balance out. So I think what's coming towards you is a time where you try to right the course in some way, whether this is financial, whether this is with your job or career, or whether this is. I mean, it could be in relationships, something that means a lot to you, but it's usually more about material things in life or even your body. I can't rule that out. If something feels out of balance to you right now, I think you'll pull it together. I don't know. I wanted to start with that card and go here because I think balance is going to be restored. You're going to have to work at whatever it is. Like, for example, if you're trying to get your health in order, your diet in order, whatever the case may be, it's going to require some juggling. It's going to require some work. Maybe there's a work-life imbalance going on, so you got to figure out how to address that. And I think it's possible, and I think it's totally not related to the last card, which I'll get to later.
Yeah, I was trying to feel that and I didn't feel it. I do feel it more towards the first. And I too wanted to start there. And I get the feeling like this could go either way, like either maybe somebody owes you money or owes you something, or maybe you have some bills to pay. And it's not just a little thing, it may be something that, you're feeling you need this balance. So if you're in between jobs or in between payments of some sort, you're hoping for that balance to arrive. I don't know about your income, but I get the feeling like it will balance out. I think that, and I think that positions us towards that last card.
Well, I think the last card indicates that I don't know if it's just this month, but I think going forward, either you're going to have a lot of invitations or you're going to get it together with family, with friends, people you are close to, and have a good time. This could also indicate that you might be going to a celebration of some sort, with others. If you're not celebrating your own success, you might be celebrating others. You might be going to a wedding. You might be going to a shower, something where people are having a real good time. Maybe you're just going to a festival or going to a concert with friends. Whatever the case may be, it shows a lot of camaraderie and some real good times.
Calendar wise or seasonal, because it's different down under, you may be moving more to a festive time of some sort where there may be more holiday or celebrations. So that may be in the offing for you too. Maybe in the next few weeks or going into the fall.
I think, yeah, and the Lenormand is kind of an odd one, but I think here I don't know if you're in school or anything at this time, but if you are, this is a time for you to really hit the books, but and also to try to do things, try to pursue your studies in a way that is like a step-by-step process. In other words, don't be doing the cramming thing. That's not going to work for you here. You need time to digest whatever it is you're learning. Now, this could mean other things too. If you have a child and a child is in school right now, they maybe could use a little extra support at this time. I also feel here that maybe, all of that aside, that this might be a good time for you to immerse yourself in some type of personal studies. Maybe there's a topic you've been interested in reading about. Maybe, whether maybe it's even about politics or whatever, some good book has come out on something and you want to read it. I sense a nonfiction book here, something that you're learning something from, which I personally am more a nonfiction reader than a fiction reader. It could even be something spiritual. But whatever it is, I think it's going to be a gradual learning process that maybe just opening one book might lead you to more.
And if it's not about yourself, it certainly could be about somebody that's, in your household, if it's a child or if it's, sibling or somebody else who maybe, is working on their schoolwork too, or lesson work of some sort. And it's the same admonition that basically the more you really get in touch with the material and study it, and it takes a while. You can't just read through it. Not all of us can. Maybe some of us can, but I can't. So
Spend some time in the library and look for a good book, an interesting topic. And I really feel here, and I mean, it could be anything from a biography, I mean, a true biography, to just learning something, maybe even spiritual topics, if that's, your druthers too. It just seems like this could be a time of learning and growth for you the next month or two, and capitalize on that energy. We never stop learning or growing. Well, maybe like in my case, I've stopped growing height wise, but mentally, we never stop learning or growing. So I wish you luck at that. It seems like a little bit of a smorgasbord here for you, a lot of stuff going on. So, but it looks pretty good overall. So, good luck with that.
good luck, Emily. Right.
All right. So it seemed like I was going to say something to everybody and I forgot what it was now. Oh,
Oh, it did great. I'm glad you like that. Thank you.
just as an update for everybody, I just wanted to let you all know that. Oh, hi, Ladybug.
Yeah,
I
we
can
got
get
time.
you in. Could you have them? I wanted to
Sure.
say something while you do. I just wanted to say that I had my cancer appointment this month and all seems okay. We're going to check another blood test out to see if they just have to change my dose of my medicine a little bit. But she's very pleased with the way things have been going with me. And I've been feeling pretty good too. So I'm really relieved that there is no major changes coming. And so I just want to let everybody know that things are good, and I'm feeling good. So
All right. Thank you, Kara. Thank you,
thank you,
everyone.
Kara. Thank you, everyone in advance.
And Estelle, if you're here, we need your question exactly now, or we are moving on to Ladybug Love, and I think we will end with Ladybug.
I think Asel's here. She'll post. Hold on. Hold your horses, Mr. O. We do have time. We may want to close the list in a
Usually you're the
few.
one that does that.
I know.
Thank you, Ladybug. Thanks,
It is
everyone.
very good news for me.
Yes.
Things are changing so rapidly with healthcare in America right now. It's scary.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping that my medicine will still be available to me with the way things have been going here. So, because it's been working and I
We're
want to
facing the
stay the
prospect
course.
of our insurance payments to go up by 300%.
Yeah. So we're concerned about that too. And that's why the government is shut down right now, essentially. So it's nerve wracking. All right.
No, Estelle?
No Asal yet? Asal, last call for you.
She says so.
I did say so. I'll even type it in just to make sure. There. Well, we've had a lot of that today, and I just want to remind people that if they have to leave, that's great. But if you could post your question, we'd still do the questions in order, and you could come back and look at it later. We like to do that. We hate to miss out on reading for people who can't wait, or maybe get called away. Maybe it's just a matter of people getting called away today. But leave your question when you first come in, and we'll be happy to do it.
This is actually our regular time for Thursdays,
Yeah,
7 to 9 p.m. It tends to be a little bit deader, so it is a good night for people who
want to
don't,
come in.
don't catch us on Sunday or it's too busy on Sunday.
Yeah, we're 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays, and then 2 to 4 p.m. on Sundays.
And
So
then happy hour on Saturday.
happy
But
hour is the one that switches for us a bit because of Mr.
yeah,
O's work schedule.
that's the
But
only
it
one that
will be at its
switches.
normal time this week at
Okay.
10 a.m. And this is a good time to remind whoever's here that a week from Saturday, there'll be no happy hour.
Right, we're out of town.
Yeah, well, sort of. But we can't do we can't fit in a happy hour at all next Saturday.
All right, so Ladybug wants a general. Is that your cards
Okay.
or mine?
Yeah, we're gonna move on from a cell, and I think did I just use my cards?
I think you did.
I think I did. I'll let you go ahead.
Alrighty.
You always say I use more cards than you, so I'll let
Or
you go.
did I use that Joker Tarot?
Ah,
Gosh, I don't remember. It's
I'll be
okay.
bringing out more
Do you
spooky
really have to
decks. I
stand
didn't
on
use it today, but
ceremony?
I have my Ghost and Spirits Tarot in here. And I'm going to bring out the Unfinished Business Tarot. I'm going to bring out the Horror Tarot. Ooh.
General reading.
Also, for our cards for the collective, we are going to do something different. We're going to be trading off decks with each other every week this Halloween season because we both have a lot of Halloween decks and we want to kind of shake it up a bit. Or spooky horror themed decks.
You can pin that if you want.
Oh, okay. I did, didn't I? No, I didn't. It wouldn't pin it. Hold on.
Probably because I wrote it, so I have to pin it.
Oh, you know what? No,
Probably, right?
it's pinned it. I don't know why it didn't at first. I
All
swear it did
right,
the same thing twice.
Ladybug. Our first card is the reverse Three of Pentacles. kind of moody look there. And then we have the King of Wands upright. And then we have the Hermit upright.
That's nice. All right, let's see what. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like that
I
one.
like this deck.
Yeah. It's very colorful. It's very
Yeah,
nice. Which
it's
one is that again?
the Sweet Twilight.
That's right.
Tarot of the
That's
Sweet
why you
Twilight.
just got that one
And the
now.
concept is that twilight is dark and light, but it's moving to dark. They say that moving to dark.
I have a very interesting deck coming soon from Llewellyn. They didn't say, last time I looked, it wasn't shipped yet, so I'm not sure if it has yet. I'll have to look. But
All
it's
right.
an interesting deck. I'm sure you'll want it.
Did I say three or king? This one's the Three of Pentacles. That's right.
Hold
So,
on. Getting the Lenormand in here right now.
thank you.
You have, wow, it's a child again in this deck. And the dog. Oh.
Aw. Oh, he's a little Halloween looking. Okay, so Three of Pentacles reversed.
And then what's the middle one I want to know again?
King
King
of
of Wands.
Wands.
Right. Yeah. Okay, and I know that's the Hermit. So the Three of Pentacles, well, it's a general reading, and I might read it very generally this time because the Three of Pentacles reversed indicates to me that I don't know if you're working or not, Ladybug Love, or if this is just in your life in general, that it just seems as though that you won't be working well with people on either some project, some goal, or in the workplace, or even in family matters. Like it seems like you can't get everybody on the same page, or you don't want to be on the same page with what they are doing, right?
Yes, if you are in any kind of collaboration or team project, whether it is work, you say you're working, or elsewhere, you may want to do it yourself, or you may feel that the team resources don't fit, they don't fit the profile that you think, or maybe somebody else is deciding this around you anyways, that maybe you're not fitting with a dynamic. But I think it's more you. I think it is you realizing a dynamic doesn't fit your sense.
Well, whether it's work or personal, I think it's just people that you would be working with or seeing, on a general basis. So, in other words, it's like your colleagues, your coworkers. You could be assigned a specific project with a group, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It's just whatever you're all working on together, family issues, etc. Not everybody just seems to want to fall in line and has the same goal in mind.
Yeah, so I guess that's saying like everybody wants to be in charge.
That could be too. Yeah, I didn't bring it up that way, but that could be too.
So then the King of Wands, though, seems to indicate
You should
they
take charge.
you should take charge, or somebody who is that kind of personality may anoint you or notice you, because I do get the feeling like this is more about you in that role, of course. Um,
I feel also there could be a general reading here on this card in saying that this is a time for you to not hold back, to be yourself, your true authentic self, and show people your talents, your abilities, or what you've got to offer. Even if you're looking for love, for example, just show who you really are and shine. Because that King of Pentacles, he's courageous, he's self-confident. You have to exude self-confidence in this month ahead. I think this is going to be like a month for the month of October for you. I get the feeling too.
Wands themselves are about networking, and they're also about business. So it is possible these are things happening in that realm. But the networking aspect too, the idea that you appear to others, or you can appear to others very magnanimously, very much attractive for whatever reasons. So like she said, it could be about romance, but it could also be about, people seeing possibilities with you.
So, yeah, your supervisor could be involved in this card here, that first card. They just seem like
Um,
You're not working well with this person, unfortunately. And maybe I don't know if I see a solution here other than just keep doing your best. Don't let this person throw you off your game if this ties into that. But this could tie into other areas of your life, in the month ahead as well. Just be yourself and be true to yourself. And, do the right thing. This king always wants to do the right thing.
well, I'm glad you added that. Yeah, that could be an aspect of that Three of Pentacles. I sort of felt it was something else, but Pentacles is about money, and that's what you just told us. So I think you're right there. The Hermit reversed could be
Oh,
also,
it's upright.
it's upright. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. And I was
that's
going to say it
okay.
was upright, but I forgot. But I think it is a sign maybe that this correlates with that to the idea that wherever these situations are happening, your best bet is to seek your own wisdom or seek wisdom that you can rely upon. And it's not saying necessarily to proclaim it loud. It may be very personal to you to have, that sense of either faith or of your own success looming for you.
Well, I wasn't going to go that way with the hermit at all. I don't think it connects, but it's for your own well being. The hermit says, if things get a little tense or stressful this month, or if you just need it just I get the feeling at some point in this month ahead, you're going to feel you need some time alone. You're going to feel like you need some time to retreat, and maybe do some soul searching or go within, whether it's to check on your progress, if everything is going the way you hoped for this year in your business, in your personal, in your romantic life, and maybe do a little bit of soul searching and take some time to sort things out. And also, or if you feel like things have just been too chaotic in your life, dealing with, for example, this work situation, maybe it's time to take some time alone and, when you can, in your downtime at home, and really just try to clear all that out of your mind. This calls for meditation. This calls for taking maybe some extra baths or times, doing something soothing for you to just unwind and listen to soothing music and let it go. There's wisdom sometimes too to be had in silence. And I feel like at some point this month, you're going to want to shut out the external noise of the outside world and, go within and be still for a time because many good ideas come out, are born from that stillness.
Oh, I was
I put
thinking
him to sleep again.
I was thinking about what you said, Ladybug, about the person that you might report. And I don't know why, but I get a glimmer with the King of Wands that maybe this is saying carefully, carefully decide on that. But think about who is the best person to indicate that to if you are going to. Somebody who's honest, somebody who won't be seen as taking sides necessarily, somebody who would be an advocate for you. So I think that is possible. You may want to do that.
So the child and the dog, I don't know if you have children at all. So if this doesn't relate to a child, this could relate to somebody you meet who may be younger than yourself, or maybe even it's somebody you know in the workplace or some of your friends. They're just going to come through at a time when you really need them. They're very loyal to you. They're very they trust you, you trust them, and I think they're a really good ally of yours, whether they're in the workplace or in some other area. Or it's possible in this month ahead you could meet somebody new and that could grow into a really, really deep friendship. So I can't rule that out. I think that's highly possible here.
I like that too. I I'm not sure if I would have said that, but when she said, like a loyal person and maybe moving slowly or maybe indicating somebody younger, I'm still thinking about whether, even if it's not necessarily the work situation, there are just people who are advocates for you in your life. They're friends who are loyal to you. There are people who want the best for you, and that maybe in the mode of contemplation you'll realize, who are the people who you should just draw closer to this time. It's not necessarily about spilling everything unless appropriate, but maybe you just need to get some good strokes from the folks you like.
Well, and when we do general readings, it depends on what cards and how we feel, number one, about the cards, and whether we feel there's something really important that it all ties together to. So that's your message, your general message. Or it could be different facets of your life that this is talking about. Like I read a couple of the cards that I thought could go together and that one could be separate. And that I feel is really separate. And I think that the Lenormand is really separate too. However, if you have an ally or somebody at work you can talk to about the situation, by with this person, with the supervisor, by all means, consider doing so because I think you can trust them. So that's what we have for you. I wish you luck with that. Woo! That's
And
it.
that is our show.
That is our show. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out. It's been great. We had some people leave inadvertently or whatever, suddenly. Maybe they just came in to say hi. But at
Thank
any
you,
rate, we're
Sherry.
happy to read for who was here. And we're happy to have Justice come in and just, watch the chat, see what's going on here. You're welcome to come back any time,
Yeah,
Justice.
Justice, if you're still here, you'll have to say goodbye.
So, everybody, take care. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Our cards of the collective are looking up for the next 2 days. I'll give you that. And so, hopefully, you'll have a really nice weekend. And we hope to see you real soon. So, bye bye for now.
Bye.